Welcome to Your Life Choices. It's great to have your company. This is the podcast for Australia's favourite lifestyle and information portal for everything for people of a certain age, which includes me at 70 years of age. yourlifechoices.com.au. You like this podcast because you're listening to it. We hope you're going to like this one. We've got the publisher of Your Life Choices on the line today. And Leon Della Bosca has been with Your Life Choices for the last 7 years. And in the last little time, he's been the publisher and a very, very busy man. So we thought we'd talk about a little bit what's happening on Your Life Choices today and what the future looks as well for Australia's favourite portal. Leon Della Bosca, hello.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. And I thought this is probably an opportune time to get together and have a bit of a retrospective about where Your Life Choices sits today with the Australian public and where you hope it to be in the future.
Sure.
Since you started and to this date now in 2021, how have things changed?
Well, I suppose the subject that we deal with has changed so much in the last 7 years. Retirement and planning for retirement, living in retirement, entitlements, retirement income. So much has changed on the sphere of retirement, and we've changed along with it. I mean, we always aim to keep our members updated with the most relevant and essential information for retirement income and retirement planning and government entitlements. The landscape's changed so much and we've changed with it. The big changes, I suppose, technically for Your Life Choices are the website has changed in the last year. We've launched a new website and it's still very much a work in progress, but we like the way it's coming along. We're now sending twice daily, especially since the start of the pandemic, and our members were really craving that information that was highly relevant to them and still is. And there's just so much information out there, and it's just a way that we can get more information to them. So, yeah, look, I think that's what's changed the most is the landscape itself. And therefore, the information we would have been giving people 7 years ago, whilst a lot of it would still be highly relevant, it's changed. The detail has changed. And so we're always aiming to bring that detail.
What feedback are you receiving in 2021 that you didn't receive back in the day? What are people's most relevant questions to you?
The comments I see on the site in 2021, look, I mean, let's be honest, the pandemic is polarising. So I suppose that's a tough question, John. In the last year, people have been more engaged with the pandemic and the politics around the pandemic, and more recently the vaccination and the politics around vaccines and the vaccination rollout. And I think at the start of the pandemic, there was a lot of interest in the retirement income side of things, because people are like, oh, what's happening? What's going to happen to my money? And they still are. But as far as the engagement goes and the comments go, it's been centred mostly around the environment we're living in now, which is living in lockdowns, vaccinations, staying safe, and people's opinions about how our politicians are performing and the conditions that we're living in.
I guess it's very difficult as publisher to steer that middle course because you're not in the business of being a political site. So how do you keep that middle course?
Look, I mean, we all have opinions. We wouldn't be human if we didn't. We're not sociopaths. But we all have opinions. Yeah, it can be difficult. I think too, as a publisher, and I'm going to talk on behalf of Janelle too, who's the editor, who steers most of the content and does, just as an aside, what a treasure.
Oh, she's an amazing gatherer of just such a...
right?
I don't know how she sleeps.
Well, one of those people behind the scenes who's doing all they can to help older Australians get through this situation and get through situations before, and will continue to do afterwards. But, we try and stay... Look, how do you say this? We like to take a stand as well. And there are some things we believe in and some things we don't. And of course we want to try and stay unbiased, and occasionally opinion will leak in, but we're human and we try and present both sides. Doesn't always happen. Let's be honest. But yeah, look, it's a tough gig trying to maintain that middle ground when you have personal opinions. I'm talking about the writers and the editor and of course myself. And also, dealing with a lot of misinformation. And then people claiming that the truth is misinformation. It's a tough world to be in the moment in the media.
How do you see the evolution of the Your Life Choices site into the next couple of years?
I think the vision is to be as relevant as possible, but also to give. Look, if you look at our audience is very much interested in the financial literacy side of what we do, and I think we do that very well. And they're also looking at the very topical news stories which are relevant to their life stage, particularly around COVID and particularly around how their retirement income and their retirement will be affected or is being affected by COVID. You know, there is so much content on Your Life Choices. The aim over the next 12 months is definitely going to be to, identify and refine the really essential parts of that site and make that really easy for our members and for new members and for, people just dropping by to find and use and help them, with their retirement.
I think computer literacy with the of folks over a certain age has just exploded, and the understanding of how simple computers are in 2021 and beyond has really encouraged people to go on your site and other sites as well, and using the computer as a fantastic tool and means to obtain information and, of course, to communicate.
Look, one of the big misconceptions about older Australians is that they're not savvy, in the digital age. They're not digitally savvy.
Huh.
Our members are. They very much are. I mean, they're looking at us on a website.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, they've got smartphones. They know how to use them. I mean, sure, some people aren't, but there are so many resources out there that can get them, digitally savvy in short order. Yeah, I think the technology's changed, particularly the last 12 to 15 months. More people are purchasing online. They're reviewing online. They're reliant on the internet and online sources for entertainment, streaming, shopping, news and media.
Absolutely.
So again, I think that's one of the big misconceptions about older people is that they don't know how to use a computer, and clearly they do, or we wouldn't have 270,000 members checking our news and resources out daily.
And conversely, getting into your inbox, which I believe is flooded every week about queries relating to a lot of different subjects. What are some of the biggest questions that people ask regarding age pensions?
John, honestly, there are too many to nail down to one. Look, I think the pension itself is it's a confusing process. I mean, the paperwork itself is, the undertaking is, I'm going to say monumental, but it's difficult, but it doesn't have to be. And I mean, there's a lot of information on our site that makes it a little bit easier. I think, look, it's too much. Look, I should actually prepare something for you and take you through maybe the biggest mistakes or the biggest issues that face age pensioners and maybe just provide some sort of bit of a roadmap.
Well, look, I guess the first place to go is to the Your Life Choices website, and there you will find the links to the questions that you may have for your pensions and so many other things. I'm just looking at the front page of this today, and, anything you want to know about anything when it comes to being of a certain age is right there, and we'll link you through. So, Leon, congratulations on how the Your Life Choices webpage has coming along. And again, there's no charge. You don't have to be paying anything to be a member, but we do encourage anybody to check out the website, and it's just simply yourlifechoices1word.com.au, whether it be health, Centrelink, age pensions, travel, retirement, finance. Any other questions that you may have, you can always put to the Your Life Choices team, and they will be answered.
Yeah, that's right, John. Jump on the website. Use that search function is one of the new things we've introduced this year on the top right-hand side.
Yep.
You've got a question, type it in there. Type in those keywords and you'll see there's 10,000 pages of content on the site. We're bound to have covered most of what you're after. But again, like you said, if you have a specific question, ask us. And if we can't answer it, we'll find someone who can.
So there you go. And that's the words from the publisher himself, Leon Della Bosca. We wish you well, and also to Janelle and the rest of the team as well.
Thanks for having me.
Catch us next time on the Your Life Choices podcast. And as I say, go to Your Life Choices, one word, yourlifechoices.com.au. Everything you need to know is right there. See you next time.